Hello, this is the replacement laptop hinges that I purchased from Hong Kong. It took about 2 or 3 weeks to arrive, and I'm just going to open it up here and I'll show you my repair of the laptop as well. Let me just see if we can get into this box and figure out what's inside. Okay, here we go. It cost about I think $6 shipped with postage and everything included. Okay, here we are. Looks like it's empty otherwise. Nothing else in here. We wrapped it up pretty well. Look at all this stuff. Wow. Okay, here, I'll just slide it out from the packaging there. Okay, and a Ziploc. Okay, and here we go. Okay, there are the two hinges. So these basically bolt onto the LCD panel, and the problem with my hinges is that this part here is made up of a some kind of a metal that's pressed cast. It's not a melted cast, like it's actually a kind of a pressed metal casting. So it tore right over there, and what I need to figure out is how do I get this part to replace what I have in my laptop. I managed to be able to remove everything else along, but I haven't been able to get into my laptop and exchange this portion. So we're going to see how that works. And the other thing is, you'll notice that when I bend this, it's a lot easier to bend. The ones that I have in my laptop are seized up. They're practically impossible to turn, and that's the reason why they ripped. These ones I can bend by hand. The ones in my current laptop barely move. So in the next few video minutes, I'm gonna start to take apart my laptop, and then you'll see me try to exchange these parts here. There's no sense, exchanging or throwing away a perfectly good laptop which can work just because of a couple of $6 hinges, which is a shame. So here we go. Okay, here's my laptop, and you'll notice the hinges. The problem are these hinges right there and here. Now I've uncovered them. They used to have a plastic material over top and like a little cover. But you'll see when I open this laptop up that the hinge is basically gone. If I zoom in here, you'll notice that it completely separates. It's broken. The other one is barely hanging in as well by a screw. So the idea here is to exchange this entire corner. Now I managed to get the screen out. The problem is I can't remove the bottom part of the hinge that's still stuck inside of the laptop without opening the actual laptop up, and that's been a little more challenging, but I'm going to try it in this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to remove the screen. Now, I managed to already get into the screen before, which is why I know what to do here, and there's some screws that hold the top plate on, and those ones I've been able to remove in the past. So I'm just going to get back in again. I've only put 4 back because I actually didn't close them all the way. And you have to somehow pry this thing open. There's some snaps that hold the screen together, and I need to be able to pry it open using a small knife. So I'm going to use this to get in here and unclip those snappy things there. So once you manage to get into a corner, the rest of the screen will spread apart here. It's a bit tricky. They can be a little bit tight, and I don't want to ruin any cables here. But it will pry open. See, it's a very thin shell here, but it can be surprisingly difficult to get in. There you go. So you have to be careful. There. And there. Okay, see, I lost the tab already, unfortunately. And that's probably because I've been into the laptop already. So that's going to be toast. But you know what? I don't care. At this point, it's an old laptop. See, there goes another tab. It's starting to bust. This is, it looks like I've lost a few. The plastic is just not meant to be opened and closed so many times, I guess. Okay, so there we have the outer bezel, just a protector, little serial number there. Okay, I'll leave that there. I've got my 4 screws here. And now we want to eliminate or remove the screen altogether. And there's a cable here with the ground that I'm going to just clip open there. There's another one here with a grounding screw, which I will open. And that, I must have tightened quite well because it's coming off quite difficult there. Okay. And we open that up as well. There. So now it's actually separated except for one component here, this cable, this black and white cable over here that goes off to the screen somewhere. And I can't really disconnect that, which is another problem. At least not from my vantage here. I don't want to take it apart necessarily either. So for now, I'm going to see if I can just remove the screen so I can dismantle this part at least and not damage it. I can put it away. Okay, and this screw goes to that corner there, and one more screw here, and we should be out all together. Okay, and I can remove this part there. So this is our LCD panel. Okay, completely removed. I'll set that up somewhere safe. And you'll notice there's a cable, this black and white, that heads up to here. I believe it's a sensor, and essentially it's checking to see if the laptop's closed or not. Now, I'm not gonna get any further with this, I don't think. But I need to get the back of the laptop opened here so I can get deep enough within to get to the hinge. And so bear with me a moment. Okay, after a little bit of trial and error, I realized that the holes, the screws, you don't have to dismantle the whole laptop. There's a screw that holds the hinge on one side over there, and that goes essentially on this one here. It goes on the side like that, Okay, that one there. And then on the other side of the laptop, there was a screw on the bottom right here, which, because the hinge on the other side has a screw hole on the end. See? So there's only two, and you don't have to dismantle the whole laptop to get to them. And once that's done, the broken part of the hinge came out. There's one side, which you can see there. And I have the other piece on the other side that I can use. I'm going to get that out now by unscrewing this here. The other piece should theoretically pop out. It's a little bit tricky though, and I think I tried to tighten this a little too much before. Okay, there goes the screw right there. And I'm going to see if we can get that other piece out. Maybe on the top here. There it is. But it's broken inside, so I have to shake it. There we go. There's the other part. So that's where it cracked. And now I'm gonna go proceed to replace the way the hinges are attached to the screen. The hinges are connected to the screen on the sides, so I'm just gonna replace them, and then I'm gonna put them back in and assemble everything together and see how it works. You can see here how the screen is connected here with these 4 screws, and this is the replacement hinge here. So we simply unscrew these and connect the replacement hinge. So one, sometimes they're tough to unscrew. I'm not sure why that one's so tough. Actually, yeah, they have Loctite on them, and I think that's what's causing them to be difficult to unravel. 3, and the 4th one, I have to be very careful because this is an LCD panel and it's fragile. Okay, I think I managed to loosen this finally. Okay, there's the broken one. You can see the end is damaged, and this is the replacement. The end is okay. So we simply line it up again like this, the way that it came, and we go ahead and put back the screws. Not always easy. These are extremely tiny, and you have to line it up perfectly, otherwise it won't attach at all. But usually once you can start one, like right there, I usually will do the other end just so it lines up, because otherwise there's some pivoting around that one screw there, and then I can do the other 2. So I'm not showing you the other side because it's basically the same thing. Okay, I've managed to boot up my laptop. As you can see, it's starting Windows, and the hinges have been successfully replaced there. And on the other side, I plugged everything back in. If you want to see the broken ones, essentially this is what's happened. See, this hinge used to be connected like this inside, and it split off. Okay, it just broke. The other hinge, you can see here, used to be connected like this with a little tab there, and it split off. And that's because they made it out of this cheap, doesn't look like it's cast, but actually compressed particle metal powder type of molding, and it just couldn't handle the stress over time. But thankfully these things are cheap, $6 shipped from Hong Kong, and I was able to replace my laptop screen hinges in a few minutes. If I was doing this for the second or third time, it would go a lot quicker. Just usually the first time it's hard to see, but hopefully with this video you'll be able to fix your ASUS laptops a lot quicker than I did once you see how easy it is and how inexpensive it is, and extend the life of your laptop, which still should be working quite fine after a few years. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed this video.